vegan cheesecake.
Hi chefs, this is Stephanie and we are starting a brand new cheesecake challenge. That's right. What is it? We're going to be making every week a different challenge using unique ingredients to make cheesecakes. You know, I think cheesecakes are one of those things that everyone loves, but a lot of people haven't made them. So we're going to take all the mystery and all the intrigue and maybe all the fear and make it easy. We're going to make it fun and easy and maybe a little crazy in the kitchen. So I'm asking you to write in or send in your ideas for us to make crazy and unique cheesecakes. If you have for example, if you take an ice cream flavor, you could then make that into a cheesecake. But we're gonna have unique challenges. For example, I love the one that Chef Jessica suggested to me of having ingredients only coming from a vending machine. That's right, only ones that you get when you push a button and it falls down into the vending machine. So stay tuned as we make cheesecake challenges from around the world using unique and also basic ingredients. So why do we call our cheesecake mix AEGIMUS? Is it AEGIMUS? I know it sounds like a big word, which it is, but it's actually the name of Dr. AEGIMUS. And he was a Greek physician who was the very first one to test pulses, but he also invented the very first cheesecake. So we named our dry vegan cheesecake mix to honor him, the father of cheesecakes. So chefs, we're gonna start a cheesecake challenge, and we're making various versions with these little mini cheesecakes, and I'm so excited. But I'm curious, raise your hand if you've ever had any cheesecake in your life. Yeah. Okay. Keep your hand raised or if you've ever made cheesecake. Any cheesecake. Keep your hand raised if you have ever made vegan cheesecake. Nice. Okay. That's fine, Cassius. Okay. So only 1 out of 3. There you go. So this way, and I'm so excited that we didn't even ask, but this way we're gonna make vegan cheesecake super easy. Now, we have our product called AEGIMUS. AEGIMUS was actually the Greek doctor who invented cheesecake. He was the first person to talk about taking your pulse, but he invented cheesecake. So the name is an homage to him. So we need to start with the cheesecake, we have to start with the bottom. So what normally goes into the cheesecake base?
Like crumbled
cookies.
Yeah,
Exactly. So we talked yesterday about if you use graham crackers or even digestive biscuits. So you're close there. Okay. I'm gonna have you pour all of those in here. And that's what the digestive biscuit looks like. Then we're gonna close this up.
plastic, right?
And then go ahead and just turn that on 1. And then now go ahead and just pop this in the top. Dump it all in. All we're looking for is that it's gonna turn into like a wet sand. Yep. I'm gonna move this around a little bit and we'll give it one more stir. One. Maybe up to 2. Perfect. We're dumping the mixture into the bottom of our lined springform pan. So all you want to do is just put some baking paper in the bottom.
Do you put any oil or anything on the sides?
Yeah, it's actually good to put oil up around the sides, so then it'll release.
If you were to put the butter rather than the oil on the sides, would it release or would it stick more?
No, release, because butter, when you put it in the fridge, what happens?
It hardens.
Yeah, so it's harder.
Yeah.
This biscuit got away from us.
There's other tricks you can do too. If you get like, you know, those fire guns, you can put that around.
Do you use all of
Just
it?
melt it slightly.
Yeah.
Before we put see up the sides, we want to use this. And go ahead.
Do you want all of these?
No. Actually, I don't. And this, we're going to actually use our hands because you need to press this down firmly.
Okay.
the whole way around. You can see those have been done, but because we're going to cut this, and if you just use just a spatula here, it's going to all fall apart. So we want to really get in there.
Adding some pressure.
A lot of pressure. Yep. So go ahead and go.
So just
You want to put this around the sides and then come up.
So if you use a spoon or something, you really kind of want like something really firm.
Super firm. You could use the bottom of a glass, but I always am a big fan of using my good old hand. So you can blind bake those if you'd like, but it's even easier just to pop these in the freezer for about 30 minutes or an hour. So in here already we have prepped, we have the AEGIMUS cheesecake mix. There's also a sugar of your choice, and then there's also a mild vegetable oil. And then we also have to add lemon juice as well as lemon zest. Okay. And then now the recipe calls for either water, or you can use actually a juice. So we cut back on the amount of water. There is some water in here already, but then for this recipe, this is like any old juice you find at your regular grocery store. You can find it at the mini market, the bodega, the gas station, what have you. This one happens to be dragon fruit.
What a great color.
Isn't that pretty? So that will change our base. Now, this is a no-bake cheesecake, but it does have to be heat activated, okay? So I'm just gonna be adding this. So once again, for the amount of liquid the recipe calls for, we use part of it as water and then the rest with this juice. And then now I'm just gonna whiz this up. We're gonna see this pretty color. That's it. And then we'll just transfer this to a saucepan. And then this gets heated up and then has to cool, and then we'll be pouring it into our bases later. Brought up to 80 degrees C, and then we let it sit for a little bit. But then we reblend it, and actually that just improves the texture. It's not 100% required, but we do think it makes the texture even better. So we're going to cook yours first. This is the dragon fruit on the left, and we have the vanilla on the plain base on the right.
What a great color.
Yeah. We have cooked our base up to 80 degrees C, and for those of you who do Fahrenheit, you're just having to do some conversions. Whoa, that's pretty heavy. And so all I've done is I've let it cool down a little bit, and now I'm going to reblend it just for a split second, just to improve my texture. Now I'm going to pour it in my base that's been in the freezer, cooling down. And now I'm going to pour it in here.
So reblending it kind of makes it a little bit more fluffy.
It makes it a little more fluffy and creamy and dreamy. Now I'm also going to put some cling wrap to contact so this doesn't develop what we call a skin on it. And then we're going to pop this in the fridge overnight, and tomorrow it'll be ready to dive into. So you want to make sure you put that down to contact.
So you're kind of like touching it.
I'm touching it because we don't want to make a skin. We don't want to have funkiness, funky town. So there you go. Dragon fruit.
Great colors.
Dragon fruit cheesecake.
Amazing.
Today we're working on our cheesecake challenge. So we made all of our different cheesecakes. And I took my cling wrap off, and now, boom. Oh, super easy cheesecake. Remember, we just cooked this up with our AEGIMUS mix. Gently pop this here. Boom. And I just want to show you how it slices. I'm going to cut one out. You can plate this, the whole thing, but I just want to pop out one little slice. There we go. So I'm curious now, after you've had a chance, because I'm sure you all had cheesecake dreams, didn't you? You didn't? Oh,
Yes.
No. You did have cheesecake dreams. I want to know, what other cheesecake flavors would you like to have? Or would you like to make? What's the craziest, most outlandish cheesecake you can think of? Well, I want you at home to come up with the most unique, craziest. And actually, Megan, will you reach in there and grab a fork? A fork. You try it for me.
The mushroom idea was pretty crazy.
Maybe not the crust. Crust free for you. Because mine has gluten.
Yes.
Take it off.
Thank you. Okay, let me-
Adrian, we try it too?
Okay, here we go.
This was the dragon fruit. Dragon fruit juice. That's right.
That's
Amazing.
Yum. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Firmed up, set.
Very.
So this is super easy. You can make this straight away. And camera lady, tell me, can we freeze this?
Yes.
Yeah. So it can also get frozen. So super easy. You could do it ahead. You could freeze it.
And
then you-
allergy free.
Yeah, I'll tell you a lovely way. My dad actually loves this. I make these cheesecakes in bulk for him because he lives on a different continent. And then I chop it up, I portion it up, and he pulls out one a day for dessert. One day. So I want you to tell me what type of crazy recipes you'd want me to make, or online, I want you to make the most unique ingredient-based cheesecake you can think of.